Hello and welcome to Capacity TV. My name is Malik and I'm a senior reporter at Capacity Media. I'm joined at ITW 2024 by Marc Price, CTO at MATRIXX. Marc, thank you for joining us today.
It's a pleasure.
Marc, firstly, we're here at ITW. There's operators from around the world, wholesale operators too. What is the role of MATRIXX in the wholesale market?
So MATRIXX is a modern monetization solution for the wholesale market and for others as well. We're modern because of our architecture. First and foremost, one of the major challenges that wholesale operators have today is they're modernizing the stack. That means putting it in the cloud, it means making it digital, it means delayering and opening up to enable new business models. And MATRIXX is helping with all of that. We are a modern solution in the sense that, first of all, we enable digital processes. We're a cloud-native solution, so the way that we're architected is such that our software actually supports all of the new modern paradigms that are needed to support the architectural models that are evolving in the cloud or even out of the cloud in a cloud-native manner. What the digital processes allow us to do is actually to create a better customer experience, and we're a real-time solution, which means even in a wholesale manner, somebody can serve themselves using a portal as a major operator or actually as an enterprise customer. And we're seeing a lot of emerging models for the wholesale market as a result of expanding the capabilities of the software stack in order to deliver upon these promises.
And what would you say are the biggest trends in the space, and how can operators use MATRIXX to capitalize and improve their wholesale operations?
You know, there are a tremendous number of things that are happening right now. It's one of the reasons that actually in the wholesale market, growth is predicted to be more than 10% year over year in the next decade or so. And some of the reasons for that are, first and foremost, as I mentioned, cloud is changing everything. So one of the things that's happening is actually that the service mix is evolving. It's no longer simply about communications. Wholesale providers, like the retail space, have to think about an evolving set of services that go beyond the traditional voice, messaging, broadband capabilities, and start thinking about offering services that have SLAs, start thinking about offering differentiated packages, both to operators that they work with, but also enterprise customers that they work with as well. That includes a wealth of MVNOs that are evolving. It actually includes a whole wealth of new enterprises that will make use of connectivity in new ways. Now, it's one of the reasons that 5G will be taking off. It's something that's been very slow to take off, but we really have been laying the ground to enable things like slicing, to enable things like differentiated services that can actually deliver on low latency. This is going to be an entirely new set of communication services that provide different capabilities, but have to be monetized differently. And so in order to be successful, a wholesale provider in this space has to set themselves up to be able to offer pricing for each of these differentiated services in a flexible manner, but also in a manner by which the entities that they are serving can actually serve themselves. They can get visibility into not only the pricing, but also with respect to profitability, performance, and be able to tweak and tailor their packages in a very dynamic way. That's something that I think is extremely exciting. There's one more element to that as well, though, because one of the things that's evolving as this stack is evolving is that network APIs are finally becoming a reality. And what this means is we need to be able to create a cloud-native environment, a digital environment, and be able to embrace these 5G services in order to have truly meaningful network APIs. All of those things are happening now. So what that means as an enterprise is, or an enterprise customer or a wholesale operator, is that suddenly I can expose meaningful network APIs to create these differentiated services, sometimes on demand. I may need this temporarily, so for a short period of time as opposed to a yearly contract or something like that, and I have to be able to monetize these. So again, this is a whole new wealth of things that are capabilities that are very exciting, but we have to prepare for the business models to change and the business systems that support these to change in dramatic ways to enable these new digital experiences.
Absolutely, exciting times ahead for the company. And just finally from me, is there a customer that you'd like to highlight?
Yeah, there's several, of course. Yeah, you know, we're fortunate. MATRIXX has customers around the globe. Some of the types of wholesale customers in particular that are taking advantage of this are some of those that are really leaning into cloud and they're really leaning into digital experiences. So for example, within the US, one of those leaders is actually Dish. They're fully making use of MATRIXX to enable these new wholesale models, and I think will be taking people by storm as these sorts of things take off, as we've been saying. Within Europe, a terrific customer of ours is Telefonica, and they're using this globally, but in particular in Europe to support some of these new models, and they've been really leaning in on monetizing these network APIs that we've spoken about. That will be one of the early leaders globally on this. The other one that I would mention, though, is actually in New Zealand. So One New Zealand, One NZ, is a very exciting customer of MATRIXX's as well. And I think in particular, it's worth mentioning what they've done in their region is really pioneering. And it's one of the things that was mentioned in the keynotes by another operator today that they're taking advantage of. And One NZ has already been doing this now with MATRIXX for over a year. What it really is delivering on that self-service experience for their enterprise and wholesale customers. Those customers no longer take months to provision as they used to, but it's a matter of weeks or less now, and it's a matter of being able to go on board and dynamically do a lot of what they need to do themselves. That's changing what it means to be a wholesale customer, where the experience hasn't always been an ideal experience. It hasn't been a real-time experience, and that's something that I think is going to be coming to the rest of the world as well.
Mark, it was great to hear about MATRIXX. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for watching Capacity TV.